Hey everybody, welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz. Jack and Leather still like Jackson, so yeah, you guessed it, my little shitty apartment kitchen. But today it's going to be a special one because I'm going to try it again. I did it once, really well, years ago. Something you can use as a meal for yourself, which is kind of what I do. Or you can take it, Thanksgiving, family meals that's coming up. This is perfect. Make it, put it out as a appetizer, do it as a side dish kind of stuff. It's great. Or just use it as a full meal by yourself. It depends on how you want to do it. Again, it's more seafood because Gulf Coast. That's what we do. So we're going to jump right into it. Before we do, be sure to like, share, subscribe to all the YouTube stuff. Ring the little bell, get notifications when we do these on Tuesdays and Fridays. And be sure to check the link down on the doobly-doo for our merch, I think is the term I'm looking for there. It almost just ran away. We got spoons, spatulas, pot holders, fake hands, the whole thing. And if you ordered anything, I just sent it out this morning. So thank you very much. And those will be right to you as soon as I guess the mail guy gets it to you. Let's just get into the food. Shameless plug over. Alright, super simple stuff. You want to get some of these tuna steaks. You get the whitefin tuna stuff. It's usually frozen. You get it for $5. I've been able to pick it up at like H-E-B, Kroger, even Walmart carries this stuff. You want to get a bottle of this pre-made pesto stuff. I just got the basil pesto because it's super simple, super nice. And whatever kind of cracker you want to put it on. I got some Triscuits with a rosemary and olive oil because I want to be fancy. And Zola loves Triscuits for some reason. Salt and pepper at the most, really, seasonings. You're going to need a little bit of olive oil to cook this. And then I like dousing it all with a lime or a lemon while it's into the end of it, but that's completely optional. Now, make sure that your tuna steak is nice and thawed, and when you're looking at it, you can kind of see where there's like the grain of the meat. Now you want to cut across that so you don't end up with like little chunks of it here. Be sure to get you a nice sharp knife. This one's not quite cutting it. You just want to cut it into about the 1/8 of an inch wide planks here. Again, not worth it, so I'm going to get my nice sharp one. Shout out to Andy, who was yelling at me. I could tell just by looking at that knife. Don't use a serrated edge thing. It'll pull this meat apart. Just give it a nice knife. Now, you can do this without cooking the meat. You can put this in just as a straight sashimi kind of deal. But you really need to know where your meat's coming from and how it's been packaged and stuff. And this was frozen, so I didn't want to trust it. So now you've got it nice and sliced. I just hit it with a little bit of pepper and salt. When it comes to my sushi, I love my peppered tuna, so it doesn't bother me too much to cook it here. It's not going to be cooking long enough to burn your pepper or anything because it's super thin. It's going to cook really fast. So just hit it with some salt and pepper if you're into that. Like if you want to use that seasoning. Now you can use any kind of stuff. Like you want to do some Southwest stuff, hit it with some Tony Chachere's, do some Louisiana, slap your mama stuff, whatever. Get you a medium pan, put it on medium to medium high. Put about a tablespoon and a half of your oil. You don't want to put a lot of it. You just want to coat the bottom of this. All right, you can let that warm up. Now, usually I'll start my food off in it while it's warming up, but my tuna stuff, because it's so thin, I don't want it to overcook or undercook. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's nice and warm so the heat's the same on both sides, so I don't have to worry about one side versus the other. I get distracted easily. So when you get it in here, now I'm using a little skillet, so they didn't all fit, so I just did 2 batches. You can put them in here. They won't cook to each other, so you can go ahead and touch them if you want. It's just I have this weird nervous titch where I don't like the food touching when it cooks. I don't know why. There's got to be a mental issue of my own. So while you're letting these cook, go ahead and get your lime, your lemon, cut it in half and set it off to the side. We're going to put that on last. You don't want to do that too much. It'll cook off, especially with that much oil in the bottom of it. The meat itself doesn't really put off oil, so you kind of need to keep an eye on your oil level. Now, my stove is not level, so I tend to kick it back and forth, make sure that olive oil gets all over the thing. So 3 to 5 minutes, you want it to white, and it'll start browning just on the edges. I have found when I cook some fish, especially when it's thin cooked like this, that it'll start curve up on the edges. So I'll tend to flip it once or twice, give it a little salt, a little pepper, and then hit it with your lemon right when it's starting to brown on the other side. So you brown one side, flip it over, it started brown. Get into that time, go ahead and hit this stuff again, but it's optional. You don't have to do either step, salt, pepper, or the lime. That's just what I like enjoying. Mine, you can put any kind of seasoning on it whatsoever. Squeeze whatever kind of fruit juice on it. I mean, it'd probably be a little weird to put like a grape juice or something on it, but citrus always works really well, especially with this. It makes it a lighter, more seafood kind of thing because it fits really well with that. So again, 3 to 5 minutes each side. Make sure it just started to brown, and then go ahead and set these off to the side. Now, you can kind of see where the edges are browning here, and you don't have to worry about it too much, but I'm going to go ahead and pull these off and set them to the side. Now, I'm not using a paper towel because it'll pull that seasoning off. So you might want to just put the plate at a bit of an angle, and the grease will run to the opposite side. So once you got these, set them off to the side. Don't worry about them cooling, but you can cook these. You can use them later. Just don't want to put them on the cracker later because it gets all soggy and stuff. So wait to dress it until you're about to serve it. Now, just take these, and just lay them out. Now get rid of these little ones. Go ahead and eat those or feed them to your dog, whatever. Lay these all out, make them all nice and perfect in a great grid, and boom, that's a horrible grid. I got 4 on that end there. Y'all see that? Now, the tuna steak's going to be a bit longer than this cracker. Now, if it fits on yours, that's great. Like you get those oblong Ritzes or whatever. Those work really well. These, you can just go ahead and break them down. Just make a bite size on each one. You don't want to oversize it. Then get your pesto. Like I said, it's pre-made. It's in a bottle. It's like $1.50 or something like that. Go ahead and pop the top on that. I use this for a lot of different stuff. If I got like leftover bread or croutons or throw it in a salad. But get you a spoon and just put a little bit on top of this. They make a lot of different ones. I saw one that had a bunch of crushed red pepper in it I'd like to try. But this basil pesto stuff works fine. It's nice. It fits with the taste of the peppered tuna and stuff on it. So you can sprinkle any kind of other seasoning here, but that's it. Like a plate of this is a meal in and of itself, just with the amount of the crackers and all that kind of stuff. But it's well under our budget. The tuna is our biggest spent part at like $5. So do that, set it down. Again, perfect appetizers. Like this is just reach and grab a cracker kind of thing. Or just sit around a fat guy like me, balance a plate on your stomach and eat it and watch TV. But this is amazing kind of stuff. Use it as a full meal. You can use it as a side. You can use it as an appetizer. Either way, this is really amazing stuff. Don't be scared to try this different kind of stuff. And like, yeah, like you can put it on like a regular saltine. It doesn't have to be like Triscuit or anything fancy like that. But yeah, totally give this one a try. And there you have it, folks. This is great. Like I said, antipasta, I usually get the same stuff and use it with sausages and stuff, but I tried it with this tuna and it was absolutely amazing. It's turned out great. Try it, like I said, put it together once you're there. That'll help out. If you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let us know. Put it down in the comments. That's where they're there for. Or you can find us on social media. You can find us at Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us at all those at In Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find us at Instagram. You can find me over there at Living Between. We had to shorten it on that side. Also, I started putting out a few little things over on, what's it called? The other one, the one for the children, TikTok. That's where, but it's under my name. I'm going to try to put one over there just for them between paychecks, hopefully sometime this week. So that'll be awesome. Put some little exclusive stuff over there, just trying to broaden this a little bit. And I'll see y'all later. I'm going to go eat a bunch of crackers and fish. I'll catch y'all later. Be safe.